Maurice here back for another Power Pack training. Today, this is a very, very powerful training I'm going to do for you. I want you guys to watch this training 100 times, okay? The 7 common social media marketing agency mistakes to avoid. So many people are hitting their head against the wall. They're struggling to make money in SMMA. And to be quite frankly honest, ladies and gentlemen, it's not easy, but it's not difficult, okay? Social media marketing is the perfect business for flat out newbies, okay? And I just want to go over some 7 common mistakes that I see so many people making and that you can avoid by watching this video, okay? If you're just getting started in SMMA, perhaps you're in it, you're pulling your hair out and you're trying to figure this thing out. Perhaps you're making these mistakes and you need to break that mess so that you can get to the money, okay? So I want you to kick back, relax, and grab a pen and piece of paper, and let's go over some common mistakes that I see people making, that they're asking questions about, and that they're just really flat out losing because of what they're doing in their agency, okay? So let's go over this, all right? First off, number 1. Not focusing on one strategy to get clients, okay? You guys know my favorite strategy to get clients is cold calling, but you know that there's a handful of other clients, courses, and trainings that people are dibbling and dabbling in. 1 minute you're doing cold calling, the next minute you're doing Looms, the next minute you're doing Facebook, the next minute you're doing cold emails, direct mail, and you're just all over the place. And a confused mind, folks, does nothing, okay? So what I want you to do is stick to one strategy. If it's gonna be Looms, if it's gonna be Facebook, if you're gonna set up a funnel, if you're gonna use YouTube to get clients, if you're gonna use cold emails, stick to one strategy first. Master that strategy. Get good at cold calling, okay? If you're gonna do cold calling, get good at it. Don't be doing Looms, don't be doing Zooms and all this other stuff. Then you're doing cold calling, then you're doing cold emails, and then you're flat out not doing nothing because a confused mind does nothing. You're paralysis by analysis. Okay, so I want you to stick with one strategy. If you're doing too many different strategies, ladies and gentlemen, it's the equivalent of trying to ride 4 bikes. You can't ride 4 bikes at one time. You got to ride one at a time, okay? So stick with one strategy. Buy every book, buy every course, get a coach on that one strategy, okay? And you get good at it and you get 30 clients in that strategy. Then you can move to another strategy. That's my methodology. I've mastered cold calling. If I want to set up other strategies, now I can do them because I have mastered. I could go in and start making cold calls this week and have a client or 2 by Wednesday, okay? Why? Because I've mastered cold calling, okay? So you want to master one strategy first, all right? 2, starting out in the wrong niches. This is a big one. So many people are trying to start social media marketing out in professional niches, okay? You guys know my top 5 niches: roofers, painters, carpet cleaners, arborists, let's see, general contractors, pool installers, or what have you, okay? And the reason why I like you starting in these niches, ladies and gentlemen, when you start off trying to call attorneys and chiropractors, you're not going to get very far. Why? Because those individuals are typically busy. You have to be very strategic when calling, okay, or approaching these type of niches. Real estate. So I don't recommend new people to start off in those niches. I recommend you start off in the niches I just highlighted, okay? Your painters, your roofers, your general contractors, kitchen remodel guys, okay? And these niches can pay you $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month, folks, okay? So why would you start off trying to reach an attorney, okay, which you're gonna get the gatekeeper? A lot of times you're going to get frustrated, pull your hair out and say, hey, social media marketing don't work because you started off in the wrong niches. So, ladies and gentlemen, start off in the right niche and you'll have no problem getting your first 4 or 5 clients. Now, once you do that, then you can start off doing the dentist and, the skin surgeons and plastic surgeons and all this type of stuff, the estheticians, podiatrists, and all the other niches you can attack. But as a newbie, I just don't recommend you starting off. They're a lot harder. Okay, the niches I recommend are a lot easier. You can literally get a client in a few days if you use my strategies right and you approach these niches, okay? Number 3, not charging enough. This is a huge one. I see so many people starting off charging $500 to $1,000. You should be charging a minimum of $15 to $1,000 a month, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at it like this. If I was to sign up a roofing contractor, that roofing contractor, just one job here where I'm at in California, could easily take in, ladies and gentlemen, anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 for that one job, okay? Why would I want to charge him $500, $400, even $1,000? $1,000 is right there. I would say bare minimum is $1,000, but in my course, I show you guys strategies how you can get a minimum of $2,500 or more, okay? But I just see so many people pulling their hair out. There's not enough skin in the game if you're not charging enough, ladies and gentlemen. And you have to put a value on the type of leads and customers you're gonna bring to a potential client. Okay, so you have to charge enough money so that you can pay for the ad spend, so that you can pay for your outsourcer, and then you can make some money at the end of the day. So don't sell your services too cheap, because if you do, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to end up in the end losing anyway, okay? Because you're going to be charging somebody, under the bare minimum, spending half of that money on ad spending. You're only going to be putting about $100, $200 in your pocket, and then you're going to have a horrible client that you're not going to want to deal with. And before long, either they're going to quit or you're going to quit them, either or. So make sure you're charging a minimum of $1,500, okay? I would say $1,000 to $3,000 minimum, okay? Right in that market. I'm not going to say under $1,000 is too bad, depending on what niche it is, but anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 you should be charging to provide clients and customers for these business owners, okay? Number 4, thinking you need an outsourcer before you start. This is a huge one, ladies and gentlemen. So many people ping me. They respond, they comment, they email me, Maurice, I don't have an outsourcer. I don't know how to provide the client's results, so therefore I'm not going to get started in SMMA. Ladies and gentlemen, when I first started off, I didn't know how to do anything, okay? I learned it on the fly. I jumped off the building and then I grew my wings, okay? And you have to have that same approach. The first thing you want to do first, ladies and gentlemen, is you want to get a client. If you don't have a client, you don't need an outsourcer right now. Now, you can get an outsourcer and have one prepared, but don't let that stop you. Don't let that be the Achilles heel that holds you back, because I see that holds so many people back from getting started in SMMA is that they're trying to put the cart before the horse. They're trying to get an outsourcer, or I don't know how to provide a result. Ladies and gentlemen, there's thousands of people that know how to set up Facebook, Google, Bing ads for you, that's been doing it for years. Okay, they're very good at it. And all you got to do is go to Fiverr, go to Upworks, and all these outsourcing sites, freelancers.com, okay, to name a few. All right, and you can hire these people immediately to get your clients' results. So stop letting that be an excuse why you're not making $10,000 a month and being successful in SMMA, okay? You don't need an outsourcer first. You can get one, but don't let that stop you. I didn't have all this stuff when I started, and I was able to make 100 G's my first year, from a warehouse to 100 G's. Why? Because I knew that when I got a client, I would figure it out, and you do the same thing. Okay, you don't need an outsourcer before you start. Okay, so let's debunk this mistake so that you guys can fire these jobs and you can hit that magical $10,000 a month. Number 5, this is the big one. Okay, not investing in themselves. This is the one that's holding 98% of you guys back right now from even doing anything. It's because you won't invest in yourself. You won't read. You won't purchase a course. You won't hire a coach. You won't set up a strategy call because you're too cheap and you're cheating yourself out of your dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, what goes in the mind comes out and manifests itself. The reason why most people are broke, they don't have the nice things in life, is because they're not willing to pay a price. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not willing to invest in yourself, how do you expect somebody to pay you $10,000 or $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month, and you won't even buy a $500 course to help you set your agency up right, show you how to hire outsourcers, and do this business at a next level? It's not gonna happen. You are selling yourself a false dream. Where the mind goes, the man goes. If you have $300 tennis shoes on your feet, but you have no information in your head, ladies and gentlemen, you are going nowhere fast. Most people will spend more money on the outside of their head than on the inside of your head. And once again, you are cheating yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for you to understand that if you want something different, you have to become something different. And the only way you're going to become something different is by investing in Mind University. So when it's time to get a course, if you're serious about making $100,000 a month in, a year in SMMA, you can make $100,000 a month. I got colleagues doing that. But if you want to make $10,000 a month, $100,000 a year, then you must set aside X amount of dollars for your mindset to get the proper training and courses so that you can fix all the problems you're having. Okay. And you will face problems. That's why it's much easier for you to get a course. When I first launched my social media marketing agency, before I started, I learned about the industry. I learned that people were making money. The first thing that I did, the very first thing I did, I remember how much money I spent. I think the courses at the time was over $400, $500. Okay. I invested in a course. Somebody came out with a course showing me how to set up an agency, how to get clients, how to get results, how to do all the stuff. And I followed it. I invested. Okay. I didn't say, well, let me go on YouTube. I went on YouTube and looked around and got as much free information as I can. But I knew that I didn't want to be like everybody else. Okay. Because 98% of the people won't buy courses, won't get a coach, won't read, won't grow, won't go to trainings. They won't apply. I knew that I can beat 98% of the masses just by purchasing the course, because most people won't do it. And most people will take 6 years, 7 years, 5 months, spinning their wheels on YouTube trying to figure out SMMA when I've already bought a course and I'm already making thousands of dollars. And that's essentially what happened. So if you want to cut your time frames in half, instead of spending 8 months watching all the free YouTube videos, just get a course. Instead of 8 months, you can go 8 weeks or 4 weeks or 3 weeks. It cuts your time learning curve in half, ladies and gentlemen. So that means you make money faster. Don't you want to make money faster? So ladies and gentlemen, invest in yourself. Okay. Number 6, not setting aside time to work on their agency. This is huge. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do nothing, you get nothing. Most people aren't putting aside the proper time to invest in their agency. I say a minimum of 1 to 2 hours a day, you should be working your business. And that means making cold calls. If you're doing Loom, Zoom, Facebook ads, or cold emails, or what have you. Folks, you got to set aside time to invest in your agency. Take a piece of paper and I want you to write out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And I want you to take a test, a litmus test, okay? Evaluate how much time are you putting in your agency. And if you don't have any clients, you got 0 clients, ladies and gentlemen, I can almost guarantee you it's because you're not putting any time in it. You're not making cold calls. You're not making dials. You're doing all the work, okay, per se, like, the fake stuff, like you're watching videos, you're reading the book, but you're not taking action. If you don't take action, you can't get results. When you start taking action, meaning picking up the phone or cold emails or Looms or Zooms, whatever strategy, okay, when you start putting in the work and you start building your pipeline, because that's what you're essentially doing. You want to build a pipeline of people, all right, that are going to eventually purchase from you, okay? and you do that, ladies and gentlemen, enough, you're going to get clients, plain and simple. Okay, so what I want you to do is set aside a minimum of 1 to 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday, to invest into your agency. Okay, that's the only way you're going to get a client. Let me say that again. The only way you get a client if you take action. No action, no client. Let me say that again. No action, no client. You can buy courses and all the other stuff and read books, but you still got to apply what you learn. Like me, I got the course and I applied what I learned and I got results. And I'm still getting results. Why? Because I take action. I set aside X amount of time each day to invest in my agency. Therefore, I get results. Now, if I want massive results, I may have to go from a half an hour to 2 hours. If I want to sign up 30 clients in a month, I may have to put a little bit more time in. The more you put in it, the more you get out of it. The more you put in it is the more you get out of it. And a lot of you guys don't have nothing because you haven't put anything in it. So put more time and set aside it. Set your time as a priority, meaning it's uninterrupted. You go to work in the morning, come home, it's time to hit the phones. If you go to work in the evening, in the morning, get your butt up and start making calls. Okay? Set aside time. This is serious, ladies and gentlemen. Time is of the essence, all right? Life is short, and I'm trying to move you guys in the right direction, okay? You guys aren't taking this serious enough. You're making all type of excuses, okay? And excuses don't pay the bills. If you guys want to make money in social media marketing, then get up and go to work. Don't make excuses. Make it happen, okay? I went from a warehouse to $100,000 a year. Why? Because I took action. Take action, folks. Okay, and set it as a priority. That means nobody interrupts me when it's time to make money. Okay, so I set it as a priority, and you got to do the same thing. Stop letting people interrupt your time and interrupt your dreams. Okay, if you want your dreams to become a reality, then you have to make that time sacred. That means you go in a room, lock the door, and you go to work. You tell your husband, your wife, your kids, hey, mommy, daddy, sister, brother, whoever, from this time, turn the phone off. There's no interruptions. This is sacred. You don't let nobody disturb you when you're at your job. Don't let nobody disturb you when you're working your business. Okay? 7, this is a huge one. Quitting too soon. So many people quit because they didn't make $1,000 their first 2 hours in social media marketing. or they start, they get a course, they work the course for 30 days, they really don't do nothing, and they quit. They say that it was the course, or it was this bad or that bad, or, he didn't give me this. Go figure it out, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody owes you anything, okay? Write that down. I don't owe you anything. Your mama, your daddy, your brothers, sisters, the government, Trump, Biden, none of these people owe you anything, okay? The only person that owe you anything is you, okay? And if you quit, ladies and gentlemen, you quit on yourself. You don't quit on Maurice. You don't quit on mommy, dad. You quit on yourself. Now, ultimately, okay, they're the benefactors of your success or of your failure. If you're a family man or if you have dreams and ambitions, okay, those that are around you are the benefactors. That means if you hit it big, then they can reap some of the rewards from your success. But if you quit, they're going to reap some of the failure, meaning that you can't go where you want to go. You can't eat what you want to eat. You can't drive what you want to drive, and you can't do the things you want to do. Okay, let me tell you something, folks. Success takes time. Okay, Rome was not built in a day. You have to set aside a minimum of 60 to 90 days. Okay, that's first off. Okay, before you really, can make that magical $3, $4, $5, $10,000 a month. Okay. You got to give it time. I see so many people come into this thing wrong. This is a business, and it takes time. If you look at the average franchise before they make any type of money, it's a minimum of 7 years. So you go to McDonald's, you invest in a McDonald's franchise. I think it's about, at this time, about maybe $1 to $2 million to get a McDonald's franchise. And you got to be liquid. I think you need $500,000 or $1 million liquid in the bank that you got to have. So about $3 million, let's just say $3 million. Now, on that $3 million investment, I'm going to show you something. In 7 years, before you start making a profit, it takes 7 years. Okay, 7 years. Now, all I'm saying in SMMA, 60 to 90 days, half of a year, 6 months max, where you can earn $100,000. So that means that if you look at the tenure, how long I've been in SMMA, and every year I've been making over 6 figures. And my first year, I made a profit. My first 4 or 5 months, I made a profit. But my point is, I've made a profit faster than a franchise, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody's sticking. So that's the equivalent of me sticking about $2 million in a bank, and I'm reaping a return on investment every single month, ladies and gentlemen, okay? So all I'm saying is give it time to work, ladies and gentlemen. You guys are suck. You suck right now. You're new at SMMA. I suck when I first got started. I was new. When you first learn something, ladies and gentlemen, you suck at it. So that's why I say you suck, because you're new, okay? You don't start. I didn't start off just magically making cold calls and just booking clients. It took time. I got slapped around. Maurice got punched around too, okay? But I took it because I wanted $10,000 a month. I wasn't gonna let nothing stop me. A lot of you guys let stuff stop you, and therefore you let your fears and anxieties hold you back. But ladies and gentlemen, if you want to hit it big, you have to avoid these 7 deadly mistakes, ladies and gentlemen. Quitting too soon. Don't quit. Don't give up on yourself. Keep going until you get results. All right? So I hope this video has been of immense value. If it has, watch it 7 times. You know, just regurgitate this over and over. Listen to it in your car while you're driving, on your job. Just listen to it so you can avoid these things and understand that it takes time to make money in social media marketing. So don't quit. Maurice has already told you, give it a minimum of 60 to 90 days. What I mean by that is pick up the phone consistently. Okay, don't just be in it for 60 to 90 days and say, hey, where's my money? You got to go to work. You got to work this thing, okay, if you want results, all right? So make sure you guys hit the thumbs up. Let me know what you thought about the video. Comment below, all right? If you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe. I put out fire like this on a daily to help you guys get to $10,000 a month in SMMA and just to be successful in life all the way around in your daily lives, no matter what you're doing, what type of business. This information, this content that I put out will motivate you and help you to invest in yourself, to grow, to accomplish the things you want in life, okay? If you guys need help, make sure you guys click the link in the description. You can grab the ICP course where I literally case study 7 days of how I got clients in 3 days. Literally got 3 clients in 7 days, literally all documented, everything from signing them up to, you know, the fulfillment, everything you need to get an agency kicked off and make a minimum of $10,000 a month. Click the link in the description, grab the course while it's on sale. Also, if you need help, you need coaching, click the link in the description. You guys can hire me possibly for coaching to help you to get to $10,000 a month. See you guys on the next one. Take action. Bye for now.